very competitive on ice product as well as doing extremely well off the ice. The ownership was a leadership award winner, I believe, in 2004-2005 as well. So we have a history of success with this ownership group. We have a history of leadership and the capacity of leadership at the Central Hockey League level. So I know you're going to be extremely proud of the group that will be assembled here. And over the course of the next 12 months, Nicole and her staff will have a tremendous amount of involvement in the community. We think that a 12-month preparatory period is almost essential in success of a business. So we're happy that we have decided to wait and work towards the 13-14 season rather than jumping into business prematurely this year. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce a gentleman who has been with the Central Hockey League for 15 years as our current commissioner of the Central Hockey League, Mr. Dwayne Lewis, to do a lot of the preparatory work to kind of give you a little bit more of the nuts and bolts of the Central Hockey League and more specifics about Nicole and her staff and the leadership role that she'll be exhibiting in this community. So thank you for being here. We're honored to be here, proud of the relationship that has been created over the past year and a half with Mark and his staff in the county, and looking forward to 13-14 and the beginning of an exciting run here in St. Charles and St. Charles County. So thank you very much. Dwayne?
Thank you, Rick, and thank you to all members of the media and everyone for being here at the press conference today. This is a very exciting time for the CHL, also for the Chill, and everybody in the county and surrounding areas here. This has been, as Rick said, a long time, probably well over a year, dealing with Mark and his staff, and to sit in the 12-13 season. It is family-oriented, affordable entertainment. I think a lot like you'll see with the Missouri Monsters football team coming here to play this in March. That is the same mindset that the team here has, so look forward to a relationship with them as well. This is a great hockey area. We feel that as we go around the towns. We know that from history. We know that we've been in a lot of markets that we would call non-traditional over the course of years, and it's nice to be in a market like this that has that history and has that hockey knowledge, and know that it'll be taken to the game very quickly. We've had tremendous success down the road in the market the last 3 years in Independence, Missouri as well. And you know, maybe another minor league team or league hadn't made it, and we feel this is a good footprint for us to emulate that success they've had down the road. We're also going into Denver, Colorado this year as an expansion team on the outskirts of a major market, and we feel that would be very similar to what we're going to experience here a year down the road. Like Rick mentioned, success comes down to ownership and leadership, and he did mention Glenn Hart and him as a former leadership award winner, which is given to the executive in the league, best exemplifies leadership quality. So that's an award that anybody in the league from the executive level can win, and Glenn being a former recipient of that award. Nicole Kupax, the president and GM, who will be coming up here next to speak, has her own tradition in the hockey world. Many teams in our league, has been with Laredo for quite some time now in that same role, and also was a Soul of Service Award winner, which is pretty exciting. And we want to thank them for their efforts and their commitment to bring hockey here, because it is quite a commitment to bring something of this magnitude to a market. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Mark Reifsteck particularly. All the work that he's put in, the relationship he's built with us, with the Chill, the ownership and the due diligence he put in to get this to come to reality, as well as all of his staff, has been second to none. We couldn't do it without you guys, and appreciate what we'll call a partnership rather than a relationship. Also, the county exec Steve Ellman, and all the county executives and administration, the support and work to make today a reality is phenomenal. So for all of the efforts you guys have put in on behalf of the CHL and the Chill, thank you very, very much. And as Rick mentioned, we are well ahead of our normal path, if you will, in launching a team. We think that's the recipe for success. We've done this in other markets about this far out. We've had other ones that start a lot closer to the season, and we feel being well over a year in advance will allow us to get to know everybody in the market, start that relationship off right, work with the youth in the community, and build the brand, if you will, in preparation for a solid start in 2013. So we are very excited from the CHL side to be part of the St. Charles community, the family, and ironically we started off in the family arena, so appreciate it. My next job is to introduce Nicole, the president and GM, Nicole Kupax. As I mentioned before, has a long history in the CHL, and you're in good hands with Nicole, so I'll turn it over to her, and thank you very much again for being here.
A little shorter than Dwayne. Thank you, Dwayne and Rick, for your kind words. Very excited to be here. It seems like it's been a long process, but in actuality, it's been about 8 weeks. So excited comes.
Pleasure for me to be involved in returning CHL hockey after many years to the St. Louis area, St. Charles in particular. I've been blessed to be involved in several different ownership groups of professional hockey teams over the years, and although I won't be the majority investor, I'm happy to be part of the group that's bringing CHL hockey to St. Louis, portable, fun, family entertainment. And one of the ironies of the situation is I was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, and that's actually where I started playing hockey. And believe it or not, St. Louis had a significant impact on my early interest in hockey. The year that the Blues were created in '67-68 in the NHL, they displaced a team from the Central Hockey League called the St. Louis Braves to Dallas, Texas, which was the first time I ever laid eyes on hockey, and so I became a Dallas Blackhawks fan thanks to the St. Louis Blues. And then the other interesting thing is that if I got my radio turned just right, I could actually pick up KMOX in St. Louis and listen to Blues games on the radio. So some of my first recollections of hockey are listening to Dan Kelly and Gus Kyle on the radio. And some of my boyhood heroes were Glenn Hall, Jacques Plante, Red Berenson, and the Plager brothers. So it's with great pleasure that I almost returned to my hockey roots. Thank you very much, and we look forward to a successful season in St. Charles in 2013. Good morning, St. Charles.
Love technology sometimes. Glenn is very remiss he couldn't be here. They will be present in our upcoming press conferences. We plan on announcing many more things throughout the summer and fall. The next thing we will unveil is our official logo, and we are going to be announcing a Pick a Mascot contest. So we want to become a fabric of this community. It's very important for us to be involved in every aspect in the schools, Rotaries, Kiwanis, everything. And that's why we came here in advance, to really get involved, to get out there. We don't want to just come and say, come buy tickets. You know, we want to be a part of this community. We're also searching for our next head coach, and it's very important to our organization as someone with Blues roots or ties to the community. So hopefully the coach we bring in will be a name you recognize, and that'll be really important. But I digress. Back to the name, the mascot contest. We will be announcing that in the next several weeks. We want to get the community involved. Yes, our name is St. Charles Chill, but we want the kids, the families to get involved and to help pick the mascot, because this is a symbol of you. This is your team, and you are going to be involved in the process. So we come from Laredo, Texas, and we had a long, acclaimed history there. We were very blessed. We went to 5 finals, by the way, Rick, sorry, and 2 championships, 8 playoff appearances. We were known for our abilities on the ice, but I was more proud of what we did off the ice. So we plan on being champions in St. Charles on and off the ice. We'll bring you President's Cup trophies here, but we'll bring you some Franchise of the Year awards too for what we do in the community. So please, thank you for your time today. But before I give the microphone back to Bob, I would really like to thank Mark Greifsteck and the Family Arena and his fabulous staff.
Logo, as well as she mentioned the head coach and the partnerships that you'll create here in the community. So watch for those announcements as the team's website is up and running with a launch page today at www.stcharleschill.com, and there's links on that webpage to the team's Facebook and Twitter accounts, so you can follow all the actions of the teams through their social media outlets. But Dwayne and Rick both mentioned about the long haul that we've had with Mark and with the building, and with that I'd like to turn it over to the general manager of the Family Arena, Mr. Mark Greifsteck.
First, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up for the meeting. A lot of our sponsors are here, a lot of our vendors, people we work with on a daily basis. I'd like to thank my staff. They've actually the ones that do everything. I have an office down there. They help me on a daily basis, make things happen. We're happy to have hockey back. More than anything, we're happy about being able to have ice. We're going to open up, we're going to have hockey, but we're also going to open it up, the ice, to public skate, men's leagues, special events. We're looking to work with the Sports Commission on some of the Stars on Ice programs, just more dates for the facility itself. The other thing I'm looking forward to is really kicking Quad City's butt and Independence's butt in hockey. We're going to teach them what it's like. And I'm real happy about working with the CHL. Dwayne's just been fantastic. Nicole's been great. Rick's been great. We've got a good partnership. And the county's excited about a team coming back, and there's going to be a lot of good support. We just want to get the community involved like they all said, where people...
Thank you, Mark. Welcome. It's great to have you. I know that your organization is going to have a chilling effect on St. Charles. That's meant in a very positive way. We're going to work hard to be ready for you. I apologize for being the last to get here today. The reason I was is because I had a traffic stop down here at the intersection, put a front loader on the back of a truck, and the county is spending a great deal of money improving that intersection down here, because we're expecting some very big crowds to be coming through there. We want to get them here as quickly as we can to see what we think is going to be a very exciting product. Probably one of the most important things for me is Mark has assured me that we're dealing with first-class organization and first-class people. And that's not always true in our business, is it, Mark? We're just really looking forward. Dwayne, I just met as I was coming in, but when he was up here, he confirmed his hockey pedigree when he talked about far out. And you talked about teams on the outskirts of Denver, and I know Independence is certainly not in the heart of the Kansas City area anymore. But where we are right now is probably within a few miles of the demographic center of the St. Louis, Missouri metropolitan area. And I can assure you that that point is moving west.